I've waited 20 years to have a proper debate in this country about EU membership, so I'm delighted that Nick Clegg has made this offer. I accept it gleefully. Let's get the facts in the open. Let's talk about this. I believe it'll help my side of the argument. He clearly believes it'll help his party. But actually, it isn't just Nick Clegg that represents in the European Union. The Labour and Conservatives believe in that position too. And I very much hope that now Mr Miliband and Mr Cameron will join in this debate too.
Well, we're hearing from them that that's probably quite unlikely. Mr Miliband says that they want to focus on the leadership debates, and David Cameron says he's got other things he wants to focus on, like the economy. So it looks like it will just be you and Mr Clegg, which does take a little bit out of the meat out of this, doesn't it?
Not in terms of content, no, because you can argue debates in terms of personality, but the key to this debate isn't personality, it's the issues. We've been told in UKIP we're mad. Absolutely stone bonkers because we think Britain would be better off outside the European Union. And everything's been done over the years to try and shut us down and to close the debate on the European question. Now the Deputy Prime Minister has really opened that debate up properly. In many ways, this debate will be a forerunner for the referendum that I believe will happen at some point in the next few years. Well, I could have said no, and if you look at the opinion polls for the European elections as they stand at the moment, the argument could be made that the Lib Dems are now a fringe party in danger of being wiped out. But I wasn't motivated by party politics. What motivated me was, I've been an MEP now for 15 years, and we haven't had a proper debate in this country about membership of the European Union. It's been the elephant in the room, it's been brushed aside, and no one's ever really wanted to talk about it. And I think this opportunity to talk about these big issues is one that I could not let slide by. Now, I obviously hope that Mr Cameron and Mr Miliband will want to join these debates too, but it appears they've both declined. So it'll be Nick Clegg versus me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, if it is just you two, it'll be quite interesting, won't it? Because there won't be a lot of sort of middle ground between you. You're a Eurosceptic, he's a Europhile, and never the twain shall meet.
Well, to be honest with you, the Labour and Conservative parties are both Europhile too. I mean, all three of them fully support continued membership of the European Union. They're just having a debate about whether we can get some concessions out of Brussels, which I very much doubt. But the argument that I want to put, which is that we'd be better off divorcing ourselves amicably from political union, from replacing that with the kind of free trade agreement that my mum and dad thought they were voting for back in the mid-1970s, these arguments have never had a proper airing on British television. And so, I think the more people see and the more people understand about the European Union, I believe the more of them will come to my conclusion that we'd be better off out of it.
Because we here work in television, we tend to obsess with the minutiae. So maybe you can help us with the mechanics of the thing. How far down the road are we in terms of agreeing the what, the where, the when, the who and the why and all that stuff?
We're not. Let's be honest about it, we're not. And I know that Sky News this morning were pushing me to say, would it be on Sky? And the rival broadcasters are all asking the same question. None of that's been decided. But what I do think is important is getting the timing of this right. The European elections are on May the 22nd. Effectively, the campaign will kick off in about the middle of April, and that, I think, will be the right time to do this debate, and then for the country to have a proper, extended conversation about the European Union, about open borders, about trade. And I think it's something, actually, that far from boring the British public, people are really going to want to engage with this.